Happy New Year and welcome to Monthly Rewind's first show of 2018. The start of each new year comes with many New Year's goals. Here is my segment on Township students' New Year's resolutions. As the month of January comes around, people are excited to start off the new year. Along with the new year comes the hopes of having a fresh start and setting new goals for the year. New Year's resolutions are a huge tradition amongst many people that push them to reach the goals that they have for the upcoming year. Students and teachers here at Washington Township High School all have their own opinions on New Year's resolutions. While many people create resolutions and goals for themselves, others tend to think that these resolutions are pointless and do not participate in the tradition.
I think they're a good idea if you can stick with them. I don't really like them because they're really hard to maintain, and people will start them off for the first month and do really well, and then come February, March, they just forget about it.
I think they're good. I think depending on the person, it could certainly help as a motivating factor. It gives someone something to work towards, and once you get that resolution down and you know what you want to do, it then becomes what kind of motivation you can provide for yourself to keep it up. So I think it's a good thing. I just think a lot of times they don't work.
While some students may tend not to make a New Year's resolution for themselves, others find it as an easy excuse to try something new or do something that will lead them to a personal achievement.
I didn't make any this year because I don't think I have the self-commitment.
I do. It's to try to kind of understand people on a different level.
I do not, because I do not trust myself to be able to maintain it for that long, and I think it should be something that you genuinely want to change, not just say, oh, it's the new year, may as well do this now.
So this year, I normally don't really focus on resolutions, but this year I really tried to, one, unplug a little bit more when I'm home with my kids, especially having two little kids, a 3 and a 2-year-old, instead of being home and possibly having my phone in my face and they're playing, trying to, be more present in that stance. It's not a huge problem, but just something I at times wanted to work on, and just patience overall in general, in school and at home.
As friends share their New Year's resolutions ideas with each other, it is easy to lack originality when it comes to creating a resolution for the new year. While many people set personal goals as the resolutions, there are some that others find to be repetitive and overrated.
I think a lot of people promise themselves new year, new me, I'm gonna be my best me this year, and then it's the second weekend of January and they're sleeping until 3 o'clock, and I know that would be me. So
I think the most overstated New Year's resolution is probably going to be the same answer from everyone, which will be need to start working out, get in better shape, lose weight, because it seems like that's one that sticks for a couple months and then you end up falling off. So in my opinion, that's probably at least what I hear the most is I'm going to start working out, eating better, getting healthy.
I think trying to be a better person or try to look more positive. I don't think you can change your personality just because it's a new day of a new year.
exercising, because I attend a gym and I started going in October and it was fine. There wasn't that many people. And then come January, it just got so crowded and I was so mad and all these people were there and I'm like, good for you for working out, but I probably won't see you next month either, so it's okay.
Although many people may set a goal for themselves, it is often found to be difficult to keep up with these goals as the year goes on. Students especially may find themselves busy with schoolwork and other activities that distracts them from their resolutions.
I have, usually like I said, I don't really stick to them sometimes because I used to make really ambitious ones that never really were possible.
Probably when I was younger, I probably tried making them, and a lot of times, like most, I think, it was usually like, oh, I'm going to work out, I'm going to be nicer, I'm going to be more patient, and that was probably pretty consistent with that when I was younger, but now I don't feel like I really have any. I just try to do it every day, all the time, in terms of goals and things that I want to work on. So the New Year's resolution doesn't really pertain much to me.
New Year's resolutions have been a tradition all over the world and especially among young people that are trying to live their best life. However, with mixed emotions about resolutions, it may lead to a decrease in people that give themselves a new goal at the start of every year. If many students believe that these resolutions don't even help someone reach their goal, this tradition could eventually fade in the near future. I'm Jada and Ace reporting from Monthly Rewind Season 22.
That was Jade's segment on New Year's resolutions. It is officially 2018, which means 2017 has come to a close. Now here's my segment on a recap of 2017. 2018. It is a new year for new travels, new experiences, and new memories. It's the entertainment, pop culture trends, political events, and global events that make up a year. 2017 was filled up with a lot of these, and now it has come to a close, which means it is time to look back and reflect on the year.
I think it was a pretty good year. A lot happened, a lot of memorable stuff, but at the same time, a lot of bad things happened.
2017 was definitely a very stressful year with applying to colleges, you know, a lot of stuff to do, and a senior year, so it's very big.
As for the movie industry, this past year, Walt Disney Pictures released a live-action version of the classic Beauty and the Beast. The film brought in a total of $1.2 billion, making it the highest-grossing live-action musical film. The second installment of the Star Wars sequel trilogy, The Last Jedi, was released. Wonder Woman became the 10th highest-grossing film of 2017.
Hiya, Georgie.
The film It, based on the 1986 novel by Stephen King, was released and became the highest-grossing horror film. And all the rage right now, The Greatest Showman is an American music drama film currently in theaters and is beloved by many. Students share what their favorite movie of the year was.
Jumanji, that was so funny. I loved everything about it, and I laughed literally the whole time.
The Greatest Showman, because it was like everyone's favorite, and it's just so good. A lot of like such good singing.
I really liked Wonder Woman just because it was like a female director, and it was just based on a woman and how powerful and strong they are.
And of course, we can't forget about La La Land winning Best Picture at the 89th Academy Awards.
We lost, by the way, but you know.
Oh wait, Moonlight was the winner. That's awkward. The long-awaited second season of Netflix's original series Stranger Things was added to Netflix, and fans loved it and are eager for season 3.
I love Stranger Things. The second season was really good and like one of the best things that came out of 2017.
I love the second season. I'm so excited for season 3.
Billboard's Music's Top 100 Hits of 2017 listed Ed Sheeran's Shape of You as the #1 song. Khalid became one of the most popular new artists during 2017 and is nominated for 5 Grammy Awards on his new album, American Teen. And Chance the Rapper, another newer artist, won 3 Grammys at the 60th Grammy Awards. Many new artists came into the industry this year, and everyone has their favorite.
Chance the Rapper.
Khalid, I really like this album, American Teen, it was great.
Favorite new artist would definitely be Khalid.
The Rainbow Bagel became vastly popular and made its way into many bagel shops around the world.
The rainbow bagel trend, never had one. They look cool.
I loved it. I thought it was so cool. My mom came in from the store and she had a whole bag of them.
Slime videos took over every social media platform, including YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Over 3.5 million Instagram posts were tagged #slime. And other than the slime videos, there were also sand cutting and paint mixing videos as well that we can't forget about. These videos are often seen as satisfying to some, and others are not so fond of these types of videos.
I feel like they're only targeted to like a certain like age group, like younger kids, but I think they're pretty cool.
The sand are cool, the slime's a little gross.
I wouldn't say I'm a frequent viewer of paint mixing videos. I spend my time in other ways.
The Floor is Lava became a popular challenge. Fidget spinners blew up and were the hottest selling toy. Not everyone was a fan of the fidget spinners, but others enjoyed them and had one of their own.
I had a white fidget spinner and I would like use it all the time. It was so annoying.
I did not. I thought about it, but I thought, you know, I'm just not cool enough for one of those.
We can't forget about the 16-year-old who used Twitter to ask Wendy's for free chicken nuggets, and it worked. Will male rompers continue trending? Will clear jeans? Will Logan Paul return in 2018? Is Kylie Jenner pregnant? Or should I say, is Kylie Jenner
Pregante?
Turkish chef, also known as Salt Bae, exploded over social media for his unique meat cutting and salt seasoning techniques. In 2017, our planet was faced with some devastating events that took place across the world. Hurricanes Irma, Harvey, and Maria impacted the lives of many. Massive fires caused destruction towards forests in California. On the bright side, we got to experience a solar eclipse. It was August 21st, and it was the first solar eclipse since 1979. Students got to experience seeing the solar eclipse for the first time and share their thoughts on it.
I actually did. I watched with my family. It was pretty cool. There's a lot of people who really wanted to see it.
I did watch the solar eclipse, but I really didn't think I saw much.
The inauguration of our president, Donald Trump, took place January 20th. A women's march took place in Washington, D.C. January 21st, and there was a protest across many U.S. airports to oppose the Muslim travel ban. There were many more political events that took place, but a few of them stood out to students.
I would say the Trump new tax plan that he rolled out is really significant because it changes a lot of people's lives, especially here in New Jersey. So, I mean, it's really different having a president with not a lot of experience compared to what we've seen in the past.
So a huge part of this year would definitely be Trump becoming president.
2017 was a year filled with a lot. 2018 is just the beginning and it is a new chapter. Hopefully the year is good to everyone, bringing them joy and making it a great year. This has been Lisa Holleran reporting from Monthly Rewind, Season 22.
That was Lisa's segment on the 2017 recap. Now that it's 2018, us seniors here at WTHS finally get a break from school after all the 12 years of hard work. Continue watching to find out how the seniors feel about growing up. This New Year's celebration was a little different this year for some of the students at Washington Township High School. The reason for this is that it is finally 2018, which is the year all the seniors have worked towards for the past 15 years of their life. This year marks our last semester and a true wake-up call as to how close we are to being thrown out into the real world. High school graduation is a huge milestone in every student's life, but it also symbolizes the time to become an adult and put our childhoods in the past.
It's a hard reality to face, and leaving my childhood behind, it's just thinking of all the memories, but then it's hard because when you're younger, you always want to be older, and now that you're older, you want to be younger. So it's hard going out to the real world in about a year, and so it's a hard reality to face.
I feel kind of upset, but then at the same time I'm excited to grow up because I get to go off my own, but then I don't want to grow up because I don't want to leave, kind of.
While I'm growing older, it seems like I have less and less time to actually do what I want. Like, I like to sleep and just sit around, be lazy, but I can't really do that because now I actually have to be at school and stuff and actually go to work.
Growing up is obviously something everybody has to deal with, and some may choose to take a different path than others. While some of us look at colleges for a degree, others look for a job in their desired career. In some cases, people have no clue what they want to do once they are out of school. With only one semester left, the seniors at Washington Township High School share how they feel about senior year being already half over.
I'm a mixture of both excited and sad. I'm excited because we get to graduate, and I'm sad because this is the end of high school and I don't get to see anyone for a year.
I'm kind of sad because I like high school, I guess, so kind of sad.
I don't know if I'm excited or sad. I'm definitely anxious about it. I don't really feel ready for college and life after high school. I'm not really ready for it.
When going to a public school for so long in the same area, many people tend to see the same students throughout their educational adventure. As seniors and becoming adults, we start seeing things that may catch us off guard from all of our friends, like seeing a friend from elementary school driving a car right next to you.
It's kind of interesting in a way, but it's interesting how you start off with some people, but then as you grow older, they change in different ways you would never think they would, and they hang out with other people, but it's weird not hanging out with someone you knew your whole life when you were younger and hang out every single day, but now they're in a different setting.
It's kind of weird to see everyone grow up and graduate together.
Because I'm growing up with them, it doesn't really seem like, I don't notice it as much with them growing up, but the one thing I do notice is because we have more and more responsibilities, it's less and less time that we get to hang out and all. It's kind of sad.
Seeing your friends growing up beside you is definitely a lot to take in, and it also serves as a wake-up call to let you know that big change is coming. Once out of high school as young adults, we all have a lot of decisions to make very quickly, and some of us may not be as ready for it as others. Taking on the world and being an individual always proves to be a daunting task.
I don't believe I am ready to move on to the real world. I wish I still had time in school to like sit around and not really care about a whole lot.
I think I am because, it's scary, but everyone has to do it, and, it's part of growing up.
I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't think I am. It's because I always feel like going to the real world, you need to have a good work ethic. And I honestly never really felt that way about my work ethic, but also the fact that at the same time, I can feel a little bit more prepared because I'm an independent person and I can kind of face realities independently. But of course, you always need help along the way. But when you're facing the real world, it's a whole different game out there.
No matter what, we all have something to do out of high school if we want to keep moving forward. Becoming an adult isn't easy, but it's also not supposed to be. Keeping yourself ambitious and determined is key in getting somewhere far, so be sure to work hard and never give up. Growing up for the seniors has been a crazy ride so far and will continue to be all the way up to graduation coming up this June. This was Growing Up with Tom Copsetta for Monthly Rewind, Season 22.
That was Tom's segment on Growing Up. Every year, students showcase their talent in a fun, interactive show with funny skits. I did my segment on the 2018 Senior Directed Cabaret. Check it out. Every year, 2 selected directors from the previous year's show come together to formulate a fun and interactive show for the Washington Township community, the Seniors Directed Cabaret. This year's directors were seniors Janelle Weeks and Josh Loomis.
Being director was such an incredible experience. I learned so much not only about myself, but like other people in general, and it was so great. I wish I could relive it.
Being director was absolutely a dream come true. I loved getting the opportunity to create this vision with Janelle on stage with a bunch of people from like all over the school. It was great.
Janelle and Josh have had lots of experience in the performing arts and theater throughout their high school careers, making them perfect for the task. They have run auditions for the show to pick out the roles for each student from all grade levels, so everyone could be involved.
I'm probably most excited for Hallelujah. There's like a bunch of dancers and it's really cool. I've never done anything like this and senior directed before, so to do it with me and Maddie, I'm really excited for it.
She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah.
For me, it's probably showtime and actually getting up on stage and like performing and seeing what it's like with the crowd, and hopefully like they'll like it and interact with us.
I'm really looking forward to my skit. I think it's really funny and we've worked really hard on it, and I can't wait for it to all come together for the show.
Certain students are given a role in skits put together by the directors.
Yeah, when I tried to kiss you and you threw hot tea in my face.
Oh, so you come to our fundraiser to shake your little apple pie, you skanky little muppet! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You set this whole party up because you love drama!
Nobody wants to go on record identifying themselves. But yet you also have to take out respect. Oh, Margaret, please. It's probably just snow from that open window. Margaret, just brush it off.
I literally hit. My arms are shattered. Please kill it or kill me. Really, Margot? Fine. Just leave it there. But can you please shut the window? That's literally killing me.
Almost every skit is hilarious and is sure to give the audience a good laugh.
My favorite skit is probably 100 Days in the Jungle. It's a lot of good acting in that, and it's funny.
I'd say that my mermaid skit is the funniest. I think my whole crew is really funny in it, and makes me laugh watching it and makes me laugh doing it.
Practicing and perfecting the skits for the final show comes with a lot of cooperation and effort.
Rehearsals actually went pretty smooth, better than expected. We thought they were going to be chaotic, probably crazy. We were going to have anxiety. It went very smoothly. We got a lot done at every rehearsal.
Rehearsals honestly started off really well and they were really smooth. Then got to tech week and it was a little bit rocky and I was super stressed and so was Josh, but it all came out good. It was good.
Rehearsal comes with a lot of determination and hard work for the cast to put on the best show they possibly can.
The dancing is always a challenge for me because I'm not the best dancer. So for the singing in the rain umbrella, that was like a challenge, but I think we actually pulled it together. The umbrellas make it kind of difficult, but I think it'll end up okay, hopefully.
Probably that I play basketball, so I've literally been to like half things. Like I haven't really been here as much as I can, but one of the shows I'm really gonna have a game and I'm gonna be running, but I'll make it here.
Despite the hard challenges and obstacles in the way of the cast, they have created lots of new and exciting memories with comedic skits and even a couple of musical numbers.
I think all of it's fun. Singing with Maddie has definitely been really cool. We have 2 parts where we do like duets in different songs, and I think she's probably one of the best singers in the school, so it's really cool that I get to sing with her in this, so I'm excited for that.
But probably my favorite part was, even though it was winter break and I didn't want to get up, spending time with the cast and going to practice over break and really getting the skits down and seeing what everybody else is doing was probably my favorite part.
Pushing through the hard work and experiencing the fun excitement has definitely paid off to put on such a great show for 2 nights for the community. The show was scheduled for January 4th and 5th, but there were snowstorms that pushed the shows to the weekend instead of that Thursday and Friday night. Even though the snow postponed the shows, it was still better than expected.
Considering we had them moved like a few days later after the snow days, and we had to rearrange some things to adapt to the changes on the new days. It was almost a full house, and everyone enjoyed their time, had so much fun, and the show was hilarious. It went so well.
I think the final shows came off really well. The second one especially was really smooth, and I was really proud of it. It was very fulfilling. It's going to be something I remember forever.
Janelle and Josh have put together a fine show for all. The cast of this year's senior-directed cabaret has chosen next year's directors, the devil and angel of this year's show, Scotty Bonervo and Julia Marassa.
Advice for next year's directors is definitely stay organized, because it gets crazy if you don't, and try and stay calm and not have a panic attack.
Stay on top of everything. Even if it seems like a little thing you don't have to worry about later in the future, just get it done when it comes to mind. Stay organized, don't slack, and always have fun with it because it's such a fun thing to do.
Scotty and Julia will take on the task for directing the 2019 Senior Directed Cabaret, carrying on the annual tradition. Washington Township High School will always have SDC to turn to showcase their talent and have fun putting on an entertaining show for the community. This is Emily Obadoza reporting from Month Rewind Season 22.
You just watched Emily's segment on Senior Directed, a great way for seniors to start off the 2018 year right. Another great way for seniors to get involved is Manuary, a great way for senior guys to have fun and help out with charity at the same time. Watch my segment to find out more. Every January, senior guys in WTHS participate in an event called Manuary, where they grow out their beards for 31 days, chop down trees in the forest, and collect money for charity. Starting January 1st, guys are not allowed to shave or they risk losing their man card. This year's contestants were not very manly, not being able to grow out a beard like Clooney, looking more like a Michael Cera than anything else.
My beard is coming along pretty well. I think I look like a lumberjack, but I don't really know, but I'm doing it.
As you can see, I did make an attempt, but I didn't get very far for my lack of facial hair. So.
I tried, but I have a baby face.
Every Friday of the month, the guys collect donations for prostate cancer by going around to all the lunchrooms in the building during all 4 lunch periods and asking for any amount of money they could possibly receive.
Hey! We're the Manuary guys. We're gonna come around and collect any money you have to donate for prostate cancer. Today's the last day to donate, so anything helps.
The donations range from 1 penny to some guy that put in a gift card with $27 left on it.
Yeah, I'm really glad to be donating to prostate cancer. I think it's a very overlooked cause, and I'm happy that so many people are willing to donate during lunch periods in our school.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy we're getting donations in the lunchroom. I think it's really cool. It's going to a good cause, and I like seeing all the younger kids get involved.
I'm really happy that they're giving money to prostate cancer. It's a really underrated cause, and I think it's going to help out a lot of people.
A huge part of Manuary is the annual auction during Manzos Madness. During the 18-hour dance-a-thon, 12 guys are chosen to be auctioned off to the crowd, where they walk down the aisle, give a little show for the crowd, and say a PG-13 pickup line of their choice.
Hi guys, my name's Brandon Searles. If you know me, you may know I'm a pretty big JT fan. So if you buy me tonight, I hope you wouldn't mind having my timber in your lake.
Hey, so my name may be Will, but if you buy me tonight, you can call me Gustavo Rock, because I'm gonna give it to you big time.
Most of you guys know I do cross country and run long distances, but if you buy me tonight, I'll show you that my runs aren't the only thing that's long.
Their friends, either guy or girl, can then buy them for as large of an amount as they're willing to give. This year's bids range from $27 to $132.
132! 132 and 26 cents! Anyone got? I'll see you're our lucky winner!
Being auctioned is one of the highlights of my senior year, I think. It really got me out there, and it was a fun experience, especially getting all that money.
That was pretty fun. It was really nice to see, again, people donate for the cause. I went for $120, and a lot of people went for a lot of money, so we helped raise a lot of money for prostate cancer. It's good.
Oh, being auctioned at Manzos is pretty sweet. Got bought for more than Brandon Searles, which, you know, that's all better. And all the money is going to also a good cause again, so that's always nice.
The guy's favorite part of Manuary, of course, is chopping down trees in the forest to achieve ultimate manliness. Every Saturday or Sunday throughout the month, groups of guys go behind the target and find the best tree for chopping. Guys take turns with the axe chopping at the tree until its time has come. Once that tree falls, run. It's every man for themselves.
Oh, let's go. Down! Oh, you got a full one that time.
Chopping down the tree was pretty cool. Spent a little bit of time in the forest with a couple of my friends, and took a little bit of time, but we got it done.
Chopping down the tree was a crazy experience. I never thought I'd do anything like that, and it was really fun to get out there and do that with all my friends.
A tree, done, gone. It was fun though. It was nice to see guys being dudes in their environment, chopping down the tree.
Usually, after chopping down the trees in the forest, the guys gather together to eat the manliest meal possible at the most fine dining you can find in America, Denny's. However, this year it was discovered that the only Denny's in township was shut down, of course, for health reasons. The guys were, of course, disappointed, but were okay once Sean Smithson pulled out his pack of peanut butter granola bars, and the guys enjoyed a nice meal outside, all while enjoying nature, which actually seems much manlier now than any Denny's could have provided.
I was really looking forward to going to Denny's. I really was in the mood for like a 5-star gourmet meal, but they were kind of shut down for health reasons.
I'm really upset though. Denny's closed. Denny's high quality, but it's all good.
I'm very salty about Denny's. I was really looking forward to having a nice Grand Slam breakfast, and now we're sitting there in the woods eating granola bars.
All in all, this year's Manuary was a success. The guys were able to support a great cause for an underrated charity, all while having fun at the same time with a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Steve's killer.
Oh, it's coming, it's coming.
Oh.
This is Brandon Searles with Monthly Rewind, Season 22.
You just watched Brandon's segment on Manuary, which is an event that ties in the annual Manzos Madness at WTHS. Watch my segment to find out all the fundraising that goes into Manzos Madness. Every year, WTHS holds an event that never goes unknown. This event is Manzos Madness. This event raises money for Lou Gehrig's disease, also known as ALS. ALS is a nervous system disease that weakens muscles and impacts physical functions. Manzos Madness is a way to show awareness to get up and dance for others that can't. The admission fee is $50 and all the proceeds go to the ALS Association. In years past, WTHS has raised from $15,000 to $18,000. This year, the event raised about $15,000, and also with the Manuary auction being a big part of Manzos Madness, attendees also have something else to look forward to and raise money for. While I was there, I asked a few people to share their favorite part about Manzos Madness.
My favorite part of Manzo is just hanging out with friends and just dancing the whole night away.
My favorite part of Manzo is definitely spending time with friends, having a good time.
Although many people at WTHS attend Manzos Madness, many people don't really know what ALS is, or Lou Gehrig's disease. I asked a few attendees what actually is ALS and do they know about it.
Yes, I've heard of ALS, but I'm not familiar with it.
I am familiar with Lou Gehrig's disease. It is a horrible disease, and I hope with all the money that we gain, we can help find a cure.
I'm familiar with Lou Gehrig's disease. It is a horrible disease, and hopefully they find a cure with all the money they earn through this fundraiser.
This well-loved event is held and organized by the Interact Club, who provide food and water, and also organized for the DJ. Before the night starts, though, they provide a check for the ALS Foundation. The third and final thing I asked a few attendees was, what was the reason you did Manzo, and who really told you about it?
The reason I did Manzo is because all the money goes to a good cause, and I heard it's a good time.
The reason I did Manzo is because my friends told me it was fun and I wanted to try it out.
The reason I did Manzo is because it's a great cause and I'm dancing for those who can.
Most people's favorite part of Manzos Madness is the Manuary auction, where male students from WTHS dress up in flannels and bootcut jeans. There were many male students that were auctioned off during this Manuary auction, but of course you cannot forget the Brandon Searles. All in all, Manzos Madness is an event that really helps, but also raises awareness for ALS. This is Dominic Murphy reporting for Monthly Rewind Season 22.
You just watched Dom's segment on Manzo. Coming up next is my segment on the mega band concert that featured musicians from 5th grade to 12th grade in the band program. The months of December and January may be the busiest months of the year for most people. For music students at WTHS, these months are even busier than some may imagine. From auditions for honors ensembles to all the other stresses of your average student, everything starts to pile up.
As a musician, January is very, very stressful, so other than having to deal with midterms by the end of the month, at least for me, we have South Jersey Honor Band auditions, Olympic Conference Honor Band auditions, and concert for those if you make them. So there's a lot going on, so trying to juggle schoolwork and auditions and music is really challenging.
I think January was a bit more stressful because there's the big, the big looming performance hanging over you, and
it was a combination of having to do the concert as well as a lot of honors bands auditions are during the month of January.
Most music groups at Township have about 2 concerts in the winter season: a holiday concert celebrating the holidays, and a winter concert for more traditional pieces of musical literature. As the season begins to wrap up, one last concert on January 17th finishes the winter concert series off, a mega band concert featuring performances of all band programs in the district. The mega band concert also serves as the first performance for the symphonic band and jazz band. Each band has been preparing repertoire since the beginning months of the school year. Normally, the winter band concert is much smaller and consists of the symphonic band, jazz band, and a combined piece with the symphonic band and wind ensemble. The middle schools would have their school's music concert on separate days. However, the music department felt that it was time to have a concert that combined all the district's band students into one night to show how students grow as musicians and to create a unique experience. A concert like this hasn't been done since 2006.
I did enjoy the concept of the concert. It allowed each grade level to listen to what they would do in the future, as in the elementary schools listen to the middle schools and the middle schools listen to the high schools. So it can give them a sense of what program they're going to play and the experience level and something they can look forward to.
yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought that for me, when I was in middle school and in between middle school and elementary school, that was the kind of transition period that you really, you either get serious about playing your instrument into high school or you don't. And so for something like the mega band to reinforce that, I think that's pretty cool and it gives you an experience for everyone to look after.
I really liked the concept of the concert. It was kind of cool to get to see people that are just starting out.
For the younger students in the band program, playing with the older, more experienced musicians can be very inspiring and fun as it provides them with a different atmosphere that they don't experience in their normal band rehearsal. For the older students, This experience is rather nostalgic as they remember that years ago, they were playing at the same level as the students below them.
The experience was rather nostalgic to me because when I was coming into ninth grade or in 8th grade, I got the opportunity to play with the other high schoolers, and it was actually a great opportunity and experience for me that I'll remember forever.
Yeah, it was somewhat. I was looking back at all the past teachers that I've had, all the other students that I used to be with that are now 8th graders. It was a little bit nostalgic, and playing in a big band like that, I remember doing that when I was in 8th grade. We did something sort of similar. It was, I believe, 8th grade and high schoolers, and it was a little bit reminiscent of that, but still not really. But yeah.
It was a rather unique experience playing with them. I had a lot of fun. It was really cool getting to hear the growth progression between all the years, playing versus 5th grade all the way to senior high.
Honestly, no, because I wasn't even a band kid in middle school or elementary school. I was in orchestra.
Now, the various schools are beginning to prepare for the spring concerts in May, while the wind ensemble and jazz band begin to work on repertoire for band festivals in the area, such as the Rowan Jazz Band and Concert Band Festival. Overall, the concert was a success and left many attendees and performers satisfied as they were a part of township history. This is Josh Decino with Monthly Rewind Season 22.
You just watched Josh's segment on this year's winter concert. The following week after the winter concert contains one of the most important things of the year, and that is the midterms. The midterms are highly anticipated and can definitely affect the student's grade. Find out more about the midterms as you watch my segment. Winter break has passed and students have to adjust to getting back into the school vibe. However, it won't be long until the second marking period ends. And along with the second marking period ending is the midterms. The midterm tests are a big part of a high schooler's grade as they take 10% of a student's year-round average. With this information alone, it can be motivating for a student to work hard to get a good grade. Feelings for the upcoming midterms were mixed from the students at the high school.
I'm feeling confident about the midterms because I'm a senior now and it's going to be easy to take them since I know what I'm doing.
Well, I don't feel good about it at all because I don't study that much, and well, I do, but I feel like I'm still going to fail anyway.
So I was nervous about the midterms because I've been struggling in statistics for the past couple weeks, so I was really nervous about it. And it was my last midterm, so I had been studying all week for all the other ones and had kind of left it off, and I ended up doing bad, so it was definitely nerve-wracking for the one midterm, but the rest were okay.
Students also have to prepare for multiple midterms as every subject is required to give one. Depending on a student's schedule, midterms can be easier for some, while others might struggle to keep up. Every midterm, though, always has a little bit of a challenge. Regardless, the students give what they think is the hardest midterm.
Probably math, because math is the hardest for everybody, really. So it's just kind of hard to understand.
Statistics was definitely my hardest midterm, and it's the one I ended up doing the worst on. But my AP English midterm was difficult also because we did a practice AP test. So obviously we still have another half of the year to get ready for that, so it was hard to do it now rather than, have all the preparation for later in the year. So both of them were pretty difficult.
I think my French midterm was the hardest because if you make a mistake, you don't know the language perfectly, so there's not a lot of things to go off of.
A dedicated week to just midterms alone make it very important. But overall, a midterm is almost just like a normal test. But most midterms at least contains the same questions and format as a test as well. This raises a question on why exactly midterms are hyped up to be harder than normal tests.
Just the pressure of being in a classroom for 2 hours and taking one test.
I think that midterms are not necessarily harder than tests, but just the anxiety that they're less often because there's only one midterm, there's multiple tests, and the anxiety just makes it feel harder.
I think part of the reason why midterms are so much harder than regular tests is because we have a week for midterms, and I feel like everyone gets nervous and makes themselves psychs themselves out, if that makes sense. You get nervous for midterms because they make it such a big chunk, but in reality, midterms don't affect you that much other than your yearly grade. So I think part of the reason why midterms are so nerve-wracking is because everyone treats them so differently.
Another important aspect of the midterms is the way the schedule is set up. January 23rd through January 26th is when the midterms will take place. These dates will be half days as each day consists of only 2 extended periods. With 4 days of 2 periods, all 8 periods are gone through. This can be very helpful for many reasons for students, and some explain why it is.
It's just helpful that you only either take 1 or 2 tests per day, and you get home around 12 or so, and you're able to study or do whatever you want that's worth it for just 2 periods of 2 hour long.
I think that it's helpful because part of it is that it switches your classes around. So I'm used to taking my government class right in the morning and my economics class halfway through the day, but I think going in and knowing that I was just going to have those 2 classes in one day helps because first it focuses your time on just those 2. It helps you use your time wisely, I guess you could say, and I don't know, I just feel like it prepares you better because you know what the next, what's coming, pretty much, so.
Since it's a half day, you don't have to you might have to think about 2 classes rather than 3.
So whether it be the importance of the test or just the possible hours of studying for it, the midterms are something to keep in mind. Things that will definitely help students in Township for the midterms are the fixed schedules and the extra time added to take the test. Another good tip for students is to study a little extra harder for classes you might be struggling in. This will be a big boost for your grade if you do well in the midterm. Good luck to everyone on their midterms, and for Monthly Rewind, Season 22, I'm Miguel Morgan.
You just watched Miguel's segment on midterms, and now I have my segment on ROTC's annual military ball. The event is a very looked forward to event by everyone in ROTC, and watch my segment to see how it all unfolded. Each year during the month of January, Washington Township's Air Force Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps takes part in one of the school's largest events, the AFJROTC Military Ball. This year, the dance, which was held at the Palace Catering Center, took place on Friday, January 26th at 6 o'clock p.m. For the event, all ranks of ROTC members came together to celebrate the occasion and enjoy a night full of honored traditions, buffet-style dining, and great music. Although each attendee seemed to enjoy these, everyone has a favorite.
Favorite part of the night was definitely when I was with Sergeant Hood and Colonel Lumpkin and Sergeant Hood's wife as well in the corner of the dance floor. Don't Stop Believin' started playing, and a whole group of seniors saw them starting to come on the dance floor. We all booked it over to them and then just started talking with them, dancing with them, and going crazy. And it was just a really good, memorable part of having the seniors together with our ASIs one last time.
I think the best part of the night was definitely when Aunt Rosa took off his jacket and started doing the dolphin on the floor, and everyone made a big circle and watched him spin around in the circles. That was crazy.
Probably the dancing, pretty much the whole night.
As mentioned before, a large portion of the evening is dedicated to the many traditions upheld by the program. This includes a performance of the American National Anthem, a senior-only slow dance, and a speech about the honorary prisoner of war table.
I think the POW table is really good because it represents the fallen soldiers and ones that are still out there fighting for us to be here and have fun. And the traditions of the commander taking off her shoes and her date taking off her jacket, I think, really represents what the military does.
I think it's respectful to the Air Force and to the military. I like that we uphold it. I just want to make sure ROTC stays that way. Got to make sure you uphold the values and keep it traditional.
I love the fact that although it's a school dance, that's the thing that kind of separates it, is that we do have a little bit of formality that goes along with it, and I would like the fact that there is a sense of seriousness and compassion for one's country that's displayed at military ball that really isn't displayed at any other dance. Not saying that I don't like any other dance, I just think it's something special that's added on, and it's a nice little touch, especially for military personnel.
Each year, along with the school's administrators, a few seniors are picked to plan and run the event. This year, the 3 coordinators were Jackie Welch, Bree Hoskins, and Haley Murphy. These girls, who were for the most part completely in charge of the event, have been praised by other students for doing such a great job.
I think the coordinators, Jackie, Bree, and Haley, did a really good job this year. It's definitely a lot more upbeat and fun.
I think the coordinators did a great job. The DJ is awesome, the photo booth is great, even down to the red napkin and the red flowers on the table. I think they did a great job.
I think they did good. It was a lot better than the other 2 years, especially at the Palace. And I know a couple of them. They did a good job.
Although the night went mostly as planned, it took an unexpected turn when the fire alarm sounded, sending everyone into the parking lot. Even with this slight change of scenery, the night continued and everyone kept busy as the firefighters arrived and checked the building.
So I loved it. At first, I hated it. We were dancing, and last year, flashback to senior prom, same thing happened at the hotel, and I didn't know what to expect. So I didn't know if we would evacuate or not, and I know at senior prom, I looked for one of those little red blinking things on the side of the wall. Tried to find that at military ball, and I'm like, all right, we gotta get out of here. I made sure that everybody had a car in my group to stay in, and when I found out that everybody was outside, I'm like, forget this, I'll just play music. So I started blasting music from my car. We had a little party outside of my car at the parking lot. So I loved it. It went really well, and it was another thing that I can remember from military ball.
I loved when the fire drill went off because it was just so funny. When we had to walk outside, we all blasted "Fire Burning" by Sean Kingston in our cars, so that was really hilarious. And it was just funny that the DJ didn't even notice that the sirens were going off because his music was so loud, and he just ended up turning up his music because he thought it was a part of his show. So it's pretty fun.
It was at the end of the night anyways, so I thought it was pretty funny. I'd known for the seniors it sucked because they wanted to have a good night. It was their last one, but it was at the end of the night.
Once everything was all sorted out and the sounding of the alarm was confirmed to be nothing more than a drill, the students and teachers returned inside and finished up the rest of the night.
I loved the night. Military ball was so much fun this year. The food was good. I got to hang out with a lot of my friends. We all danced, all had a lot of fun. It was a good time.
Probably the best military ball I've been to. DJ was really good. I had no complaints about the DJ. My date was fun. And my friends, I'm really glad I was able to experience the last military ball with my friends. So it was a fun night.
I really liked it. Military ball is fun. It's probably the best dance, in my opinion, yet, because I haven't done prom, but it's really fun.
Overall, this year's military ball was considered by many to be a great success. With an energetic new DJ and an unexpected intermission, it proved to be one of the most memorable dances of the past few years. This is John Machichi reporting for Monthly Rewind, Season 22.
You just watched John's segment on ROTC military ball. The township swim team for the guys looks like they're heading to states. Want to see what happens next? Just check out my segment on the township swim team.
100 yards on the 105. Taking your marks.
Got one more race left.
Taking your marks.
The Washington Township High School boys swim team has worked hard all season with a record of 7-2. They will be going to states this year. With the hustling and practice every day after school, this team deserves to go to the playoffs. The swim team is actually like one big family. And one of the biggest parts is the locker room because that's when you spend a lot of time during swim. One of the best things ever, though, is the personalities in there.
I'd probably have to go to JD. He gets everyone hyped. Even if we're having a bad week of practice or something, he gets everyone hyped and gets our spirits up. So yeah. That's who's right there. That's Kyle.
Best locker room personality. I'd have to give that one up to Nico. I mean, he's always in there getting everybody riled up and stuff, and he just is in a different world half the time. But he gets us all piped up. So
after last season's rough year, they went 0-9 without winning a single meet. Some of the athletes had different thoughts and ideas about this upcoming season.
I didn't really know because I'm a freshman, so I didn't really know what we were doing. I didn't know who any of the kids were, so I didn't know if we were gonna do good. But yeah, I expect us to do pretty good. I know last year they didn't do so good, so I hope we do a little bit better. We had a lot of fun.
for this swim season, I was only expecting maybe 2 or 3 kids would actually place in each race, and now we're on to 5-2, and after tonight's meet we'll be 6-2. And that's a positive season on my half, and I'm blown away by what we can do.
The swim team went through some new coaching changes this year, and now they have a new head coach called Coach Clavens, helping them out to reach the playoffs. He was a former swim member back in 2009 at the school, and he was actually a pretty good swimmer. Now with the new coaching changes, hopefully this turned around the season so we can end up as being 7-2.
New head coach. When he came in, I was open for anything. I mean, A left, I was with him, or we were all with him for the past 3 or 4 years. And when Jake came on and took this team over, I was actually pretty excited because he seemed like he knew what he was doing. He seemed like he was comfortable with it.
I like Coach Clavens. He brings like a lot of energy and everything. Like he understands where we're coming from, and he makes it challenging though. Like obviously you want practice to be easy, but like he makes it challenging, gets the best out of us. So obviously that's what you want.
I like the new head coach. I don't really know who the first head coach or the last year's head coach was, but from my perspective, I like him.
Township has always had traditions like yelling roundhouse or roundhouse, and doing our chant right before we compete.
Okay.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hook, hook, where's the hook? 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 Zigzag, zigzag, oi, oi! Zigzag, zigzag, oi, oi! Who are we? Township! Who's gonna win? Township! Dilly, dilly! Dilly, dilly!
It's a swim team consisting of many guys from freshmen to seniors. This swim group is one of the finest that has been in a long time. From people who do 2-lap relay races to the tanks who do the 20-lap race, these guys continue to push and raise the bar every single year. From the long, hot practices to the eventful, exciting meets, this has been Kyle Hoos from Monthly Rewind Season 22.
You just watched Kyle's segment on the swim team. As many of you may know, January is the month of New Year's resolutions. By now, you've probably already sealed your fate with your New Year's resolution. Watch the New Year's edition of Ask Rewind to find out about the Rewinders' resolutions. January is the first month of the year, and along that comes New Year's resolutions. Most people make one, but the question is if you could keep it for the entire year. For this month, I asked the Rewinders all about the new year and what they have planned for 2018. Most people start off the new year with a positive outlook. Whether you liked or disliked the previous year, for most people the new year is something to get excited about.
In 2018, I'm most looking forward to graduating because I've been in school my entire life and it all leads up to this last moment, so I'm really excited to get out of high school and move on.
I'm most excited probably to graduate because I want to get out of here, but I am going to cry when it happens, like because I just don't want to leave Rewind basically, but I want to leave high school.
I'm really excited for the rest of the senior events like seniors trip and prom and all that. I think they're going to be really fun.
Lots of people had mixed feelings about 2017. Now that it's over, I gave the Rewinders a chance to reflect over it and determine if they liked it or disliked it.
Yes, I did like 2017. I liked that as being a high schooler, there was not much drama in my life, and going from junior year to senior year is literally the best transition ever.
I liked 2017. I definitely learned a lot from it, but like it was still fun and like I had great times with my friends and stuff like that. But I'm really excited for next year and to like grow from it.
2017 was a really weird year for me, not gonna lie. It was junior year, one of the hardest years because it's like the year before college. So, you know, life took a toll on me, kind of hit me like a bus. Kind of like, you know, the feeling when like people like, it's 2017 drowned me, okay? Horrible year, point blank. Go on.
Whether they keep it to themselves or tell others, most people make a resolution. I asked the Rewinders to share what they plan to do to make 2018 a great year.
My New Year's resolution is to follow through on my New Year's resolution from the year 2000 to not make New Year's resolutions.
My New Year's resolution is probably to be more accepting of people's thoughts and opinions, you know, be more open to everyone else's views.
My New Year's resolution, like eat healthier, get some good grades, and definitely do a triple backflip into the cube pit at Rocket Jump. Shout out to Alexa.
Now that we're a few weeks into the new year, most people have already decided the fate of their resolution. Statistics show that only about 8% of people actually keep their resolution. Also, 80% break their resolution before February even starts.
I mean, if my New Year's resolution is to not make them, I do keep them.
I usually do. I mean, I'm more passionate about it in the beginning, but I definitely go off of it a little bit, but I still like mostly keep it.
No, I haven't really acquired any currency yet, but you know, the juice lasts, the sauce is forever, so I mean.
Sauce. The sauce is forever.
Might take a while, but you know, I'll get there.
All in all, the beginning of a new year is usually a good time for most people. People are focused on improving themselves and leaving the last year in the past. I'm Jeff Salamoni reporting for Monthly Rewind, Season 22.
You just watched Jeff's edition of Ask Rewind. Have you guys been wondering who Mr. Bouchard's favorite student is of Season 22? Is it me? Is it Tom? Is it Miggs? I don't know. Let's watch my mail time and find out. Hello? What? It's time for the January mail time? And it's filming right now? Okay. I'm gonna have to call you back. Okay, well, apparently it's time for the January mail time, so let's see if we have some mail. Dear Rewind, I haven't seen anything yet about who Mr. Bouchard's favorite student is of Season 22. Can you give me any insight to find out who it is? From Mr. Bouchard's former favorite students. Well, we exactly ourselves haven't even found out who Mr. Bouchard's favorite student is of Season 22. But luckily for you guys, I've made this short video clip to find out from his students why they think they're his favorite student, and from Mr. Bouchard who his favorite student is and what he expects of his favorite students. Let's roll the tape.
I'm probably Mr. Bouchard's favorite student because every month my segments get worse and he constantly bumps them up a grade. It's probably because I'm Michelle's brother. That's probably it.
I would say I'm Mr. Bouchard's favorite because I get like A's on every single one of my segments, and I honestly wait till 4 a.m. to edit them. Little does he know, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm easily Mr. Bouchard's favorite student. I mean, I finish my segments early all the time. I was the star of the morning announcements, so like, who else would he rather, like Kyle Hoos over, come on. And anyone else in the class, it would just have to be me, because like really, I'm the only one that finishes the segments on time, doesn't wait till the last minute, hands in all my cameras with the tripod, John skis too. So really, like, there's nobody else in the class that could be.
I don't think that I'm Mr. Bouchard's favorite because he gives Lisa an A on every single one of her projects, and her grade's always higher than mine, so I think he shows favoritism towards Lisa more.
I honestly think that I'm not the favorite student of Mr. Bouchard. Come on, like, I don't really get much acknowledgement. I'm just the oddball, like, in the class. Like, I'm the only, like, Asian person. I'm the only short person. So, I mean, I'm just the oddball, so I don't think he really cares about me. Whatever.
I think what I expect most of kids that, you know, the kids I've had in the past were my favorite students were the kids that came out. They were always prepared for class. They were always hardworking. They always were the first one to rise up whenever I needed somebody to do something. They always volunteered. They were always happy. They, you know, came into class in the morning and they were always really positive.
I think I'm always here. I'm always helping. I don't know. I'm always here to help.
Do I bring the qualities? 100%, all day, all day.
Again, I don't think I'm Mr. Bouchard's favorite student, but if I were to be, I mean, come on, look at me. I'm cool, I'm cute, I'm short, I'm Asian. I mean, like, come on, I'm the life of the party, okay? This class, like, didn't have me, y'all be dead, I swear to God.
Well, pretty much if you look at my roll book, there's 13 people in the class, and you know, none of them really qualify for that.
I actually am one of the only people that know who Bouchard's real favorite student is, because not many people know, and I actually have confirmation of this. His favorite student is actually Chris Burke from Monthly Rewind Season 21, because he was such a good student. He always did his segments really well and handed them in on time. And if you look back on it, it's very clear that Chris was definitely his favorite.
I'm going to say anyone but Brandon Searles as his favorite student.
I honestly think John is Mr. Bouchard's favorite student because, you know, he's probably going to be the next Rewind producer for next year. And, like, he praises, like, the living, like, bejesus out of him. Like, oh, my God, John, your PSA is so good. Like, John this, John that. And I'm like, cool story. Like, we get it. Oh, my God.
It's probably John. I mean, like, have you seen his PSA? You know, like, greatest PSA of all time.
I think Mr. Bouchard's secret favorite student is Brandon because he picks on him so much that I think it's just like such a love-hate relationship. Like he acts like he doesn't like Brandon, but he's really his favorite student and he just doesn't want to show it.
Like I said, me, because like really, I'm the only person in the class that like it could possibly be. Because like me, and then there's like a ladder. It's like me, and then you climb down a few steps, and it's like Jade, and then like the guys. So like Lisa and Emily are up there, and then there's like Jade on the bottom, and then like the guys. So really, I'm just on the top.
My favorite student is, let's say, Abby Haley. She graduated 2 years ago. I usually have a favorite student every year, but this year, it's a slim pickings.
Well, I guess that answers your questions, guys. And this has been Alexa Mia reporting from Monthly Rewind, Season 22.
That wraps it up for our first show of 2018. Make sure to stay with us with the rest of the year, and really make sure to tune in next month for our special February show.
What's your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is probably to like travel more and write more, maybe see some more movies, and you know, women and money.
My New Year's resolution is probably either like eat healthier and like not stay home and sleep and cry.
All around me are familiar faces.
I mean, yeah, 2017 was pretty good. I mean, it was really good for, like, you know, rap albums. I mean, there was a lot of good ones, you know, like, you can't really say one. I mean, there's just so many good ones. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to keep talking so you can use this as a blooper because God knows what I'm talking about because I couldn't tell you.
What?
Hit someone?
Yeah. It's like being funny, I don't know.
Like, what if we all go in
Toss the question, you're out.
My hair.
John, put your head inside.
Put your head in and go.
Oh, oh wait, we have some mail.
Yeah, I'm doing the
Maracas.
Spin.
Oh my god.
That's why.
Wait, wait, we're not seeing.
When I was coming into ninth grader in 8th grade, you know, honors bands, auditions, Mr. Bouchard giving us 87 projects due on the same exact day. I'm talking to you, Marty. No, stand on whatever side I'm not. Go stand on that side. I'll look over here. Stand on. Joshua, this is your segment. Now turn around. Hello, Josh, if you're watching this. Just so you know, this segment probably sucks. Yeah, that's all.